Hey guys, what's up? Summer11 here with my review of Attack on Titan episode 23, also known as Shingeki no Kyojin. I don't know. A lot of people like to say a Japanese name. Uh, just one thing. I think I should start unplugging this mic and bringing it to the laptop whenever I decide to make a video, because this mic is pretty good. That's why the mic quality is good whenever I make a video on my desktop. Uh, this episode was great. Probably would have been excellent if I hadn't been playing with my iPod while watching it. But basically, what happens in this episode? It's a pretty simple episode, but it's a very good episode. We start off with Annie, who is part of the military police. We get more of the military police. Basically, her and her group have to guard the. I think it's the garrison. They had to guard the garrison, or it was like the survey corps or someone. They had to guard someone while they're coming through the city, and one of the guys kind of disagrees with what they're doing, and then one of the higher ups just says, "You do it," and he pushes the papers on them, and then he says, "We have more." He says something like, "We have more important things to do," or something, and then he opens up the door and they're playing poker or some card game. I don't know, and I think this series really does stress how people in a higher position are kind of lax. Really don't do that much. Not as much with the survey corps or with that group. I think the higher ups are really good with that. But like the king, he seems kind of not that concerned. He's more concerned about himself. He was eating treats previously. So it's just like some of the people in the series, like the higher ups, they aren't really that good of people, and it really does stress that whole thing where the higher you're up in position, the safer you are, I guess you could say. Because if I was like a higher up or something, I would be living in the innerest, is that a word? The most inner wall, because that would be the most well protected. Unless there's like a revelation later in the series where the really inner walls aren't as protected. I'm not sure, but that's just like a theory. But anyways, guys kind of shocked. They're working on this, whatever they're doing, protecting, and they're outside, and he notices that one of the higher ups is selling their military gear, and he's talking all this stuff about how I think he said he's an elite, or he said he's not like the other people in the group. There's this whole conversation where Annie's talking about Aaron, and this guy comparing the two, saying they're alike. And he approaches these guys, and I was thinking he's just about to go off on them. But then he's just like, hey, excuse me, his voice just lowered and stuff. I'm just like, dude, you were talking all of this, and then once you get to them, you can't say anything. And the guys kind of play it off at first. They give him some of the money that they sold for the maneuver gear that they sold to the black market. They play it off. He's like, go buy yourself a girl or something. And the guy's just shocked. You see the shocked look on his face, and I'm like, oh, is this how it's going to end? And then he runs up to the guys. He says something else. And the worst part about it is one of the guys beats him down with a gun, like a rifle. You've probably seen stuff like that happen in anime or cartoons or whatever. Someone gets beat down with a rifle. It hurts. And I'm thinking Annie's going to step in and just beat them up, because she does step in. She stops the guy, but she doesn't fight him. And then the guy is about to grab for his gun. I'm like, just do it. Just shoot him, because this is too much. Just shoot him. And then I'm really glad that he decided not to shoot them, because, that's a bad decision. But at the same time, you got beat up. I don't know about that. That's kind of, I don't know. He made the good decision, but still, they beat you up. And also, Annie said she was going to help him with revenge. I'm thinking, that's kind of making you seem a little bit crazy. And there's more stuff going on. Annie's walking around, and then I hear Armin's voice. He's in a dark alley with a green hood on, contacting Annie. Now, there wasn't a hint. There was a hint earlier that Armin knew that Annie was the female Titan, but there's one thing that I don't understand, and that's their whole plan. He wants Annie to protect Eren. He convinces her, and then they're walking around through town, and like it's empty, which is very suspicious to Annie. Like, this area is completely empty. All the people are hiding, and they're about to go into this underground tunnel, but Annie doesn't want to go down there with them. So I don't really understand what exactly is going on with that. And I'm guessing there are people down there waiting to jump her, because I think you need sunlight to transform. I'm not sure if that's confirmed yet, but I think you need sunlight to transform into a Titan. So this whole conversation, Annie won't go down there with him, which is for some reason suspicious. I don't understand the plan. If you understand the plan, just please explain it to me, but don't spoil anything. I'll be catching up to the manga series anyways after I get done with the anime. I think there's 2 or 3 episodes left. So this whole conversation, it gets pretty intense, and Annie's like, Armin, when have you ever looked at me like that? And then Mikasa's like, I'm done with this. She just throws the hood off. She whips out her sword, and I'm like, oh my god, let's go. Annie versus Mikasa. And I haven't even said, like, let's go. I've never really said that. I think I got influenced by the Insane Game Freak, who says let's go a lot. Or I think King of Lightning says that too. I got influenced by them, whatever. So yeah, Mikasa whips out her 3D maneuver gear sword or whatever. What are they? Oh, they're called blades. Yeah, they're called blades. And I'm thinking, yes, this is going to be an awesome fight. And then Annie, I don't know what that ring represents, because they showed a close-up of that ring, and that ring, oh god, that happened later. I'm sorry, just ignore that. But Armin shoots the gun or whatever. All these people come out. They're about to jump Annie because she's about to transform, and then they stop her. But then she has the ring on, so I guess she kind of expected that someone knew or something. And the ring basically has a secret compartment with the blade in it where she cuts her finger, blood comes out, boom, Titan transformation. There's this huge, lightning strikes before a person transforms to a Titan, and then all the people are blown away. So I'm not too sure who's going to stop her. I'm guessing we're going to need Levi. I'm not sure if Mikasa can handle Annie because she has, like, ice abilities. I'm wondering if Eren's going to get an ability too. I was thinking maybe fire or maybe wind. And also they had Jean in the car because they were having Jean pretend to be Eren because Eren's about to get prosecuted or something, or they're gonna put him in the position of the military police. I think that was how it's gonna work. Also, earlier in the episode, which I forgot, there was this this person who was just losing their mind because they kind of supported the Titans and represented them had them like represented as gods. So that's kind of weird. Might be a hint to real life. I'm just saying. I won't say anything else because some people get offended, but it might be a hint to real life over religious people. So yeah, Annie transforms, crazy, and then in the next episode, Eren can't transform, so I don't know how anyone's going to be able to stop her. But we did get to see more of Annie's character. She's going crazy. I feel like we just didn't get to see this character enough. It seems like she was acting a little bit girly, but that was like an act. But anyways, this is a great episode of Attack on Titan. Female Titans revealed. I'm sorry if you got spoiled, but you should probably watch the episode before watching a review. Thank you for watching this review. I thought it was a great episode. I already said that 3 or 4 times. But I enjoyed the episode. I might review Hunter x Hunter tonight. I might review something else. Who knows? But thank you. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which I don't really use for this channel, but I do have a personal Instagram. But if you want to follow me on any of that, that's in the description. And if you want to check out some of my previous videos, please do that also later.